everybody, and again today we are going to use the File Snatch app, which you can find in the Microsoft Store, and we're going to use it to do modern UWP C# type of activities. So today we're going to look at content dialog boxes, which is essentially a box that you can bring up through your main form. I'm calling it a form, but your main page or your main frame or whatever you want to call it in C#. So for File Snatch, we have this as our main page that you just drop onto. So let's give an example. If I were to pop up this box, this is a contact dialog box. As you can see, it's multiple buttons. We're going to have a list here, and it's some type of title. But they can be extremely simple, like this, where it's just simple text and a done button. Now, if we are to create one, what we do is we just go up to Project, add a new item, and you might have to do a search. As you can see, I'm at the Visual C# level, but if you type in here content dialog, you're going to get or find this guy, and it's a very simple box. And when we load it, it's going to come in, and as you can see over here, it's under content dialog 2, because apparently one of my dialog boxes is still associated with content dialog 1. I can figure that one out later. Well, as you can see, they come in a lot of times very small. I have it at about 150% so that it's nice and large, and you'll see it automatically gives you two buttons, a primary and a secondary, which will automatically add event listeners to it through the C#. Right now we're just talking in the example, so it also has a title and usually some box that you can put something in, basically just text. That's its basis. They're usually small. You can adjust the height of them. C# would prefer you didn't do the width, so there's some constraints in there that they just won't fulfill your actual needs. Now let's take a look at one of the ones I've already done. So this is the one we just looked at, where, as you can see, I only have one button, if it'll let me click on it, which is the secondary text. So I deleted the primary button, and I kept the second one. See also here, when I expand this out, it gives you an example part and a C# part. So let's go back to the example just real quick. It has the word title in it, kind of boring, but we're going to change it in the real world so you can do it here. I would say that you do it somewhere else, which I'll show you in just a second. And then you'll see a text block where I'm going to put lots of stuff in there. Again, I'm going to do that through C#. I haven't done anything too crazy in here other than put the text block into the grid. By the way, if you want me to do a grid tutorial, I would be more than happy to do that. I tend to stick more to the C# though, as opposed to the XAML. So let's take a look at the actual C#. We're going to see these two things. So remember when I said you're going to add event listeners, that's where the event listeners go. Now, as you can see, nothing is either of them. The primary button click, I just left there in case I'm going to use it later, or add a button later. The secondary button click is nice because if you remember the About dialog box, you'll see that we just have a done. When I click on done in my actual app, that done button just goes back to the main page again. Basically what I say is do nothing, and then that secondary button is actually meant to just naturally end this box that we've created. I do have some things in here. Maybe we'll talk about this in the future, but basically I just lay out what to write in there and then have a quick error should something go wrong. Basically, that's it. Now, you're not done here because even though you created this dialog box, you have to find a way to bring it up. And so let's take a look at this page. So I have it in the app bar, which is what I'm calling this guy, this little dot here. So I name it appropriately. And this is basically all that you have to do in order to bring it up. You got the keyword content dialog, about, giving it a name, then a new about dialog, which if you go over here, that's the actual name of the XAML and the CS file. And here's where I add the title, which is going to supersede that title that was on that XAML page. Lastly, I do a about show sync. So here's the about. Show async just means it's going to be able to show it in an asynchronous fashion, which you will also see we have an async up here. So we have an async method which we're using. We can probably go into that as well in a future video. So once that spits it out, it's going to pop up the XAML box. It's going to drop the text in the text block, and the title that we said from the main page is going to just drop right into here. And that's it. I think it's pretty simple. What do you think? Okay, see you later. Hey, if you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button to our channel. This would help us out greatly. If you'd like to support us in other ways, our app is available for purchase at digitaltumult.com or the Microsoft Store. See the links below. We appreciate your support. Thanks.